Luka Doncic was traded, and this is what happened. I went through and read the comments from when Luka was traded, so let's read them. Dwacktown says, Pelinka really said Luka fat as a negotiating tactic. Yes, I'm Keith Hernandez replied, trade proposal. I get super fat, overweight, barely moving, sloppy Luka if we must. You get super fit, barely ever injured, lightly used, AD on one pick. Maybe one other player, but I don't know. Luka really fat though. And as you know, I would never promote someone making fun of someone's weight on the channel, but people aren't making fun of Luka's weight. They're just mocking the reason that they are saying that they traded him because it doesn't make sense. Here's another one. Clark says, I want all your young players picks in AD. He's fat. Okay, just one pick in all the players. Fatty. Okay, keep Reeves. Not gonna say that. Okay, keep Reeves and Dalton. Okay, deal. Existential Misson said, Nico, my time frame is 3 to 4 years. Reality, 3 quarters. Yeah, that was rough. When AD went down after the 3rd quarter, that was tough. To add insult to injury, Ovaltine17 says, Doncic is no longer eligible for the Supermax, which means the Lakers will be able to re-sign him for a lot less than he's worth. And Callian727 says, very underrated. Yeah, this is crazy because Luka is worth the $350 we all think he is. It's just the principle of he is literally one of the top 5 players at worst in the entire league. So if he's not worth the Supermax, who is, right? So that's our thing on that. That damn German guy says, if I propose that trade on NBA 2K25, my Xbox would, get rid of itself. Awesome Person says, if the Nuggets offered Jokic for Horford and 2 firsts, should Brad say yes? I'm assuming this is a Celtics fan. And then Seth Wheatus says 2 firsts, way too high according to this trade. Suck this Reddit admins. Top 1% commenter, good for you. Says, yeah, AD just got hurt in his first game, but have you seen just how fat that fat blank Luka guy is? He's so fat. Bless610 says, we would have given everything, all our picks. No picks to be spared. They didn't even ask us. I don't know who us is, but probably a team with a lot of picks. One no meanness says, they could have gotten pretty much anybody other than like Jokic and Wemby. They could have had enough picks to make OKC look poor. It would have been the biggest bidding war in league history. Yeah, it definitely would have. Solely thus says the RDC sketch is gonna be an all-timer. I actually didn't watch it, so I gotta go watch it after this because it probably is hilarious. Young Detective says, build Nico Harrison a statue in front of Staples. Yeah. I know that's how people feel. Mac Girthy says, Clay punching air, choosing Mavs just for Luka to get traded. Yeah, imagine that. He literally went there partly because of, he wanted to change teams, but like because of Luka, because it made them a contender. Like Popper says, unbelievable franchise. It is like Denver traded Jokic out of nowhere. And Paka says, keep his name out your mouth. If you get the reference, you know. Legitimate Money 00 says, Dallas is blank. Not even the Knicks, because we know the Knicks, were known for, not making the best moves, could beat this trade in pure stupidity. Have fun, Mavs fans. And DHOO says, can we please have Brunson back? Yeah, Brunson's been awesome for the Knicks. Yeah. Co-Progressive Oven says, at this point, is there a report that the original trade did not include the 1st-round pick, but Pelinka included because he felt bad? I would believe it. Sal Burrison12 says, Pelinka to Nico. I'm not sure about this. Honestly, this is so tough for me. AD is like a son. Props to Pelinka for keeping quiet and egging this blank Nico on. Absolutely schooled him. Again, we will never know the whole reason as to why this went down, but that's what a lot of people feel. Like this sentiment right here, that he was taken advantage of, like that he didn't know what he was doing. I don't know if that's actually what happened. I'm just telling you what people are thinking. Midgetman54 says, how many times do you think they had to tell the Jazz it was real before they believed it? Well, the Jazz, or rather Danny Ainge, did not know until it was too late. Because do you think Danny Ainge would have, let this trade happen if he knew? Definitely not. Company of Zero said, I bet they weren't even told what was going on. They were probably just told they needed to dump some salary and given some picks. Just don't ask questions, which is probably fact. T-Mungeon94 says he literally, we're talking about Danny Ainge here, could have sold the information to OKC for like 3 first-round picks. Not Imprezad said, imagine the tweet, OKC is sending 3 first-round picks to Utah in exchange for Luka info. That would have been crazy and hilarious. El Gran Queso Rojo, I don't know if you're Spanish, but if I see a Spanish word, I'm going to pronounce it with the accent every time. He says, or she says, great. Glad my team is going to be known for one of the worst trades ever. Aww. Cavs are now the Red Sox selling Babe Ruth, so a rich blank could spend more money on Broadway. Sorry, Queso Rojo. I know that's the sentiment a lot of Mavs fans feel. Crazy Legs says Yankee fans be like, we're back. Aggressive Pair 6269 says Cowboy fans are super stoked about this one. Not what happened was top 1% commenter, again, good for you. Even if Dallas was 100% set on trading Luka for AD, it still makes no sense that they would refuse to engage in other teams in a bidding war to drive up the price they got from LA. Also, from the reports of how the trade discussions began, it sounds like Nico Harrison told Pelinka that the conditioning issues were the reason he might consider trading Luka, which of course is a monumentally stupid thing to say in a negotiation. And again, we will never know the full story on what happened, but I agree with this person 100%, because I said it boils down to, in the end, none of us agree that trading Luka for AD makes sense. And again, nothing is against AD, but it's just, it literally doesn't make sense for all the reasons we have all stated. But I said, even if they were set on trading for AD, like he loved AD, right? Why would you not get the best package? There is no reason for any of us to believe that if other teams knew that Luka was available, the price would not have been driven up for the Lakers. There's no reason to not believe that. You can say Luka would say he doesn't want to go to the Lakers. They are literally trading for a 25-year-old generational talent. The Lakers would still have done the trade. Like, there's no way they wouldn't have. You know how many picks and players other teams would have offered for Luka? The Lakers wouldn't have been able to come close to matching. So their best offer, whatever it is, all their picks, Dalton Connect, Austin Reeves, and AD, would look small in comparison to what other teams would offer. And it would be, from Nico's standpoint, being like, hey, Rob, I'm doing you a favor because look at the offers I'm getting by taking your package. By doing it this way, you don't get to leverage anything. The Rain Guardian says, no. What? The Arsenal says, I got one word for you, bruh. That's basically how everybody feels as well. We're like, what? Like, what is happening? Cookie Monster Nova says, Nico, hey, Rob, this is Nico. So hear me out. Luka for 80, Rob. Yes. Oh, okay, cool. I thought you would want us to throw in a first or two, but we really want 80. Yes. Cool. Let me turn off 2K and send the official trade to the league office. Yes. Mysterious Edge 5643 says the fact that this trade did not get leaked earlier is almost as shocking as the actual trade. Gratitude is BS says it didn't get leaked because no one knew. Nico still thinks he's dreaming, and Rob agreed and confirmed the trade instantly. I'm sorry, I butchered his response. I don't know why. I couldn't read it properly. Jen Bin, I'm not even gonna say your name, is a top 1% commenter. Good for you. And he says, or she says, it just keeps getting worse. Lil Fizz 99 says, David Stern's gonna veto this. And Vibrating Rocket 6969 says, time to send in my resume to the Mavs front office because apparently just about anybody can become a GM. And we'll leave it on this one. If you know, you know. The Queen Sloth says, and for that reason, I'm out. And Psychedelic Breakfast says, same.